Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Thursday. I hope it finds you well out there. We have breaking news that we'll need to discuss today as far as Texit goes. If you already haven't heard, the state of Texas has ordered a cease and desist from selling any more seats until further notice. But we'll get into that in just a minute. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. Normally, God, you think about yesterday, what a great day. Maybe the best, was the best for me. The best news yet when it comes to Texas coin, followed by this news today. But before we get into all that, let me just tell you what's going on in the markets right now. The Dow down just under 200 points. The S&P's down 50. The Nasdaq's down 300. The 10-year note at 4.14. Crude oil at $64. Pretty much all crypto continuing to get hit right now. Gold and silver. So maybe are we entering this new phase now where we have some calm days? Of course, yesterday, big moves to the upside. Today, maybe just a little consolidating right now. Gold down $15, 5,070. Silver is down $1 in change at 82 1/4. I will say on silver, things getting worse and not better as far as premium goes, especially on Silver Eagles. Last night, this morning, premiums jumped another $1 on Silver Eagles as, again, supply is evaporating, and what we're seeing is the other mines, the Perth Mint and other mints around the world are struggling and not meeting demand, which is obviously, if I can't buy that, I'll buy this, and you know how that goes. So now the Silver Eagles are becoming much more expensive. Definitely. Oh, the other thing I forgot, and honey, I forgot to do this. 5-ounce silver bars, we are out of stock again. I got to get that changed. So just when it comes to silver, just understand things are going to be slow. We are getting silver products 2 and 3 weeks later than normal, some even a little longer. Just be patient. But right now, that's kind of what's going on. Not all, we had jobless claims today, 227,000. Other than that, a calmer day for the news cycle, and that's probably why maybe that's kind of what it is, right? When it's a calm day, gold and silver will be calm, and then everything else right now seems like gold and silver are going to continue to do what they've been doing, and just continuing to seek the protection that nothing else can give, right? Bitcoin can't give it to you. The stock market's a risk, right? The bond market, nobody knows what to do in those markets, and they're going to gold, they're going to silver. A lot of, again, rumors keep circulating about availability of silver at the exchanges, at the London Metals Exchange, at the COMEX, at the Shanghai Exchange. We'll just have to watch. We are going to see a drawdown all year. It's just math, right? There's There's no way for this to stop because demand is outpacing supply. So it's of course this is going to happen. What does that mean for premiums in silver? My guess is premiums are going to start increasing everywhere. We've seen rounds and bar premiums are up $2 this week, $2 an ounce this week. Silver Eagle premiums, right? They're the second highest now going back to COVID, to give you an idea. So are all the other silver products going to follow suit? Probably. So get it while you can. The other big news that just hit, home sales. Much worse than expected. Previous owned homes in January fell 8.4% to an annualized rate below 4 million, 3.91 million. Sales were also 4.4% lower than January of 2025. The biggest monthly drop since February 2022. This was all based on closing. So that was it for the news really today. When we get back from the break, the Dow loss is picking up steam here, now down 300. When we get back from the break, we'll talk about Texit Coin and what happened with the state of Texas and the SEC as well when we return. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. We're back. So if you saw yesterday, Texit has taken a big turn to the downside as they were served what they called an emergency cease and desist from the state of Texas in regards to selling mining seats to people in Texas. We have taken the precaution, and I say we, but obviously not we, but you guys understand what I'm saying. We have taken the precaution and stopped selling mining seats for TXC until this gets resolved. Not that we were selling a lot of seats to begin with. The big issue is, this is just my belief, and I could be wrong. I think that the state of Texas was worried that the mine wasn't being built, that the mining equipment wasn't purchased, right, all that stuff. Because they did ask when they came yesterday, and that was easy. Like I said, that was one of the cool things about this. If we know there's a risk, but I always had said to you, hey, if this didn't work, it's not because it was fraud, right? It'll just be because it didn't work. But it all revolves around the word investment. That is the word of the day. And of course, we've been or at least try to be very careful we don't use that word, right? It's a risk, right? If you go to the Texas website, you don't see the word investment anywhere. The SEC at the same time did send a letter, and they asked for proof that the mining equipment has been bought, and they asked for proof that the mine is up and running, which we provided. I don't know what happens next, right? Obviously, lawyers are involved now, and so I will give you the information as it comes. Some people think, okay, this is it. They're going to shut it down, right? They're going to shut down Texas. That's a possibility, or Texas. That's a possibility. I think that's why you're seeing some people at least, okay, well, just in case, I'm going to go and sell. There's been pretty heavy selling. I will say, Jason and I kind of talked about this morning, kind of surprising it's held in there as well as it has. Texacoin right now, in the 37 cents, 38 cents right now?
As a cautionary tale, we were on the cutting edge of the information being in Colorado, not in Texas. And so a lot of people may be buying what they consider the dip without having the information of what's actually going on. So there could be a little more bloodshed in the sell-off of Texacoin. We don't know yet, but there's buying going on. So take it for what it is. But if you're holding Texacoin, take our information and make a decision based off your situation.
Yes, correct. Here is the like I said, man, it's just crazy. The news. We had this great news yesterday about Layer 2, and then tonight at 6:00 Central Time, Iskander launches. I did get confirmation that they will give. They are still maintaining you can get into Iskander with Texacoin valued at $1. So that's something to consider. I want to read to you what the SEC has ruled, and this was as of March of 2025. So they made some regulatory updates about crypto, and specifically this whole thing as to whether or not what Texacoin is doing would be a security or not, right? Because that's where the whole investment thing comes from. If it isn't, man, this may be the greatest thing that ever happened to Texacoin, right? Because, hey, they fought the government and won, right? And then if it is, right, probably not so great. But let me read to you what they wrote. Proof of work crypto mining is generally not considered a security in the United States, as confirmed by the SEC March 2025. Now, one of the things, what type of crypto are we? We're a layer 1 proof of work crypto. So far, so good. Mining includes participation in mining pools. Well, guess what we are? Right? We are a mining pool, right? That's all of us mine together. Involves earning rewards through computational efforts, then relying solely on the managerial efforts of others. Right? In other words, hey, we get rewards based on what the mine produces, right? Based on those computations. When it looks at crypto mining security status, proof of work exemptions, the SEC Division of Corporation Finance clarified that mining activity for Bitcoin and other proof of work networks are typically not considered investment contracts, i.e. securities. It will fall to this. This is where I think the rubber will meet the road in all of this. It's the Howey test. Howey. The SEC concluded that in typical mining scenarios, there is no reasonable expectation of profit solely from the efforts of others, which is a key requirement of the Howey test for defining a security. Right? Well, again, look at the price. We don't control the price. Could the price go to zero? Yep. Could it go higher? Yep. Do we control the price? Nope. Mining pools specifically. The SEC maintains that miners joining pools are participating in a service for their computational work, not investing in a security. While many proof-of-work activities are exempt, specific customized mining arrangements still could be viewed under the facts and circumstance of the Howey Act. So this is kind of where I think Texas will reside, right? Because it is a unique, right, permission-based now. XRP, the same thing happened to XRP, and they won, right? And XRP, a permission-based, and really most of the cryptos have faced this, I guess, at one point or another. Bitcoin went through it. I will say this. Man, if we weren't building the mine and we hadn't had the mining equipment and there wasn't a physical mine up and running, this would be big, big trouble. If people weren't getting their daily coin distributions, right, that would be big trouble here. Nobody's lost anything. It's kind of like, almost a little bit like kind of that Donald Trump real estate thing. Remember, oh, no, you're guilty, but yet nobody lost any money. I mean, and again, everybody's gotten, if you got a commission, you got paid. If you got your, everyone's getting their daily mining rewards based on their seats. So I want to bring that to light. I don't know, right? Have I cracked open my cold storage wallet coins? I haven't. But plenty of people have. If you are worried at all about it, sell. Right? Get on the exchange. This is something, why we have all these classes all the time, right? We wanted you to be able to buy and sell when you need to buy and sell. And this is going to be, I think, a decision for each person to make. I don't know that I have a good answer. I don't know. I have no idea what the outcome is going to be. I know in my heart that I think Bobby's done the right thing, and I think they've honored what they said they were going to do, right? Promote the coin, pay the commissions, build the mine, right? That's always been the promise. Those things have been done. But it's going to be decided by the lawyers. I mean, that really is what is going to happen. And there's going to be, I guess there could be three outcomes. Outcome number one, we show Texas and the SEC, and they say, hey, guys, you guys are great. Good job. Man, you actually didn't commit fraud. That would be wonderful. I think that may be better than the Layer 2 news we got the other day, right? Because, boy, see that all over the headlines, right? Texas coin beats the state of Texas is legit and blah, blah, blah. That would be huge, right? That would be I live with rose-colored sunglasses, right? That's the best thing. The worst thing, we lose. It was a security. And then there's going to be penalties and things of that nature. And that could go all the way from Texas coin no longer exists, right? They shut it down, close down the mine, to, hey, you know what? You guys actually didn't rip people off, but you didn't do it the right way. You got to pay a fine and do some stuff. And life goes on. You don't know, right? It could be anywhere from if we lose, anywhere from a slap on the wrist, pay a fine, move on, to liquidate everything, right? And at that point, right, everybody would probably be part of like some class action type suit, and after they sell everything off, I guess each person would get, after the lawyers took all the money, right, you get 10 cents on the dollar or something. I don't know. You may get nothing, right? Worst case scenario, I guess that's the worst case scenario, right? You get nothing. The coin's worthless, and you get absolutely nothing. Those are really the three outcomes, right? We win, best thing that's ever happened. We lose, but it's a slap on the wrist, and you pay a fine, and you move forward, and we get compliant, right? Whatever it is that they want us to do, or everybody's SOL. I know that's not the news you want to hear. It's not the news I wanted to hear, but those are, as far as I know right now, those are the only three options. We'll be back after the break.
Like, no, sir. Yes,
800-951-0592. Joe and Jason here on this Thursday. Just very quickly, losses really starting to grow here. The Dow's down over 500 points. The Nasdaq's down over 400 points. Gold's now down 150. Silver's down 6. So the calm day is over. I don't know why. So just there's no headline other than, the housing number. But, not really. Everyone kind of knows housing's slow. But I don't have anything as to pointing to what it is at this exact moment. We'll have to wait and see. The COMEX yesterday, but actually they reported it today, a negative 3.256 million ounces has left the COMEX yesterday alone. This has put registered stock at the COMEX now below 100 million ounces. That's kind of like, that's not good. You don't want to, want to keep 100 million ounces. That's kind of like, okay, that's about as low as we want to go, right? Now at 98 million ounces. Additionally, that's the worst part, there's more. 4.7 million ounces were physically withdrawn from the eligible category, representing a total net withdrawal of almost 5 million ounces in a single day. The physical market is taking over. Kind of interesting. You hear that news, and then I'm telling you, hey, silver's down $6. But again, I think this probably has more to do with something that just hasn't hit the headlines for me yet than anything to do with gold and silver right now. I'm a little worried. Are we going to see a big Wall Street drop today? I don't know. If something occurs or some news breaks, I will give it to you. By the way, if you guys want to take advantage of these pullbacks, call us and we'll get pricing to you. And again, I keep telling you, trading is such a great idea right now at 800-951-0592. But back to Texit, that is what is going on. I don't have any other information. I don't know. I would just be speculating as to what will happen. Here's the one thing that I do know. They don't have a problem with Texit Coin, the blockchain. They didn't seem to have an issue with Downtown Digital Dollars, and they didn't have anything to say about Iskander. This all revolves around, at least as far as I can tell, the selling of those mining seats. That's what this is. And I don't know. I guess there's one other scenario I didn't think of. Okay, you didn't rip anybody off. You did what you said. Just stop selling it, right? Just stop selling it. That would be awesome. Of course, again, I'm maybe trying to look for the rose-colored glasses, because that would mean, hey, guess what? We're done selling the mine. We'll build the 30 million mega hash that we bought, but we don't sell any more mining seats in the Texacoin miner project, and all of us get, that would mean, hey, we're locked in. Right? Our daily rewards, we don't go down to 1/10 of a coin a day. And we get to claim victory. So that could be another option. I truly don't know. If you ask, and I know people are going, what should I do? You got to make your own decision. If it goes to zero, are you going to lose your mind? If the answer is yes, I would tell you to sell, right? Here's the thing. You'll get more coins tomorrow. Now, I would try to limit sell. I wouldn't market sell and, be smart. But, yeah, that's what I would say. What am I doing? Well, simple. I've told you I'm already big into Iskander. And right now I'm going to go and take advantage. And I can buy up to $243,000, and they're going to give me $1 for Texacoin, but it's at 36 cents. That's what I'm going to do. Is that dumb? Yup. Is that ballsy? Yup.
You might want to explain why Iskander might still be okay position versus where Texas is, because that's one thing. He's like, well, isn't Texas and Iskander kind of the same thing? Shouldn't Iskander suffer? How do you view that, Joe?
Yeah, and again, because it's licensed out of Dubai, it's a totally separate project. It's a totally separate coin. They don't seem to have a problem with the Texas mine, and of course, Iskander has its own mine. They can cross mine and help each other that way. That won't change. That's my feeling. I believe in what was coming, and I listen. I've been a risk taker my whole life. If you're a business owner, you tend to take those risks, right? Yeah, I'm going to take the risk. I have faith that the people at Texas tried to do the right thing. And as long as you're doing the right thing, I think that's admirable, because a lot of people don't. If it wasn't, listen, I'll be honest, if they weren't going to give me $1 for Iskander on Texacoin, then I wouldn't do it. But they are. It does show faith on the part of Bobby and the people over at Texas that they think they're going to get past this. There's been some speculation, and Bobby kind of alluded to, we had a call last night with Bobby. They kind of knew this was maybe a possibility, so I don't know that they were shocked by it. Now, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse, but that is what I know. So if you want to text things on the text line, I will gladly look at it, 877-536-1360. Of course, you can always call down here at Patriot as well. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Gold and silver coming back here a little bit, so we'll keep our eye on that as well. Like I said, call us. We'll give you some great deals there. 877-536-1360. You can text in your thoughts or questions. So let's get to the first one. Good morning. Did you see the low price from yesterday's high price? Yes. The low of just under 4 cents. Well, on one exchange, it did get there, on the Dex Trade Exchange. Yes. Currently, the price was 31 cents. Let me just tell you where it is currently. So right now I got 33 1/3 right now. This is lack of confidence. Now, Well, I don't know if it's lack of confidence. I think it's fear. Yeah, could very well be. I know that when the news broke yesterday, you saw a lot of initial fear. And then the market's kind of, at least right now, again, more people are learning about it today. So let's see it. To Jason's point, are we stabilizing here or not stabilizing here? Obviously, there are people making decisions to buy, thinking it's cheap. There are people making decisions to sell, worried that it's going to be worthless, and everything in between. So a very good question. My sources are saying all exchanges are shut down to buy and sell. No. You can buy and sell on all of them. As far as I know, it's been going on all day. As an example, just to give you an idea, just today alone, almost $1 million of TXC, and that's at 30 cents $1 million, right? So a lot of buying and selling, almost $3 million or 3 million Texas coin has been bought and sold so far in just the last 24 hours. Can you facilitate purchasing some TXC to then use to buy Iskander? You will have to be very nice to my wife. I'll say that. I'm not going to answer that question, but if you are nice to Sarah, maybe she will do that for you. Think you guys are going to be able to survive this one? I see a lawsuit coming strong for everybody in this, right or wrong. It's not how it works. It's just someone wants to bitch and complain. It is done from $7, and now that it was a rug pull.
So a little bit of misinformation there.
Yeah, I don't know who rug pulled. So the Bobby hasn't sold any of his. And you can track the top 100 guys. That's not where most of the selling has come from. But could be. I don't know. Again,
I don't think you can categorize anything happening to Texas can be a rug pull at all. This is just being cautionary. If there's such a thing as a rug pull with Bobby Gray, it would be with Iskander because he's got people with money in, and the project hasn't really got started yet. If you were to take all the Iskander money and take off, which I don't see that actually happening, because all of this activity, for people that are listening, all this activity really starts to make me understand why Iskander was pushed forward faster and more urgently than at first. I think Iskander was going to be rolled out, but I don't think it needed to be rolled out as quickly as it was. Well, with the activity in Texas coin, and I'm sure Bobby being in Texas probably had some ideas that some stuff was going on, started rolling out the Out of America Iskander, which is a Texas project, and this is to save it. I don't know if it's going to save it. I don't know if Bobby Gray, you guys have about as much intelligence in this as we do in many factions. I try to gather information. If there is such a thing as a rug pull, it can only be done in Iskander, but I don't even see that as the goal for Iskander because I think Iskander is built to try to be successful. Whether it's successful, that's a question that I haven't answered. Joe believes it's going to be successful, so he has put money in. He's trying. But no rug pull. Texas is not a rug pull. This is not a rug pull. This is failure. It's not corrupt. Has some people done some things poorly? Absolutely. And let's see where it goes. This is where at the very beginning of May 2025, Joe and I said this looked like a good risk. And I'll tell you this: if you were watching this thing closely and started to see the price drop from that $5.30 and went down to the $4s. And then it went down to the $3 range. That could have been a time to do profit taking. And we had so many shows. We talk about what you can or can't do. But investment, it carries risk, and you must watch your money. And we're doing the best we can to help you guys out. So I don't think anyone's coming after the radio station or Joe or Jason. We are a part of Texas and trying to move Texas forward from last year. I I don't think anyone's going to be able to. If you class action a lawsuit against Joe and Jason, you're going to have to do it against everybody that sold Texacoin. And that is a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people that were all trying to do the same thing. They have to, if they're going to go after anybody, they have to go after whoever created the project. They can't really go after the people that were trying to make money in it, unless they can prove that Joe and Jason were wanting to rip people off.
Right. And listen, I don't think any of that. That's the thing. This is going to be interesting because this wasn't a ripoff, right? That's everything that was done. Let me get to more of these questions because some of you guys, wow, I don't know where you get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
We built the guy the mines, and now he's going to use them in mining Bitcoin. That's what's really happened here. I think someone figured it out before I figured it out. He's been mining Bitcoin the whole time. No, actually, our mining equipment can't even mine Bitcoin.
Right.
So that's not even. I don't even know where you would come up with that. That's not a thing. So, but I wanted to. Good question though. At least I can at least tell you no. That definitely didn't happen. We'll be back. We're back here. Final segment on this show. If we looks like we'll carry this over at least for a little while on the half-empty cup because I want to try to answer some things just really quickly. Tonight at 6 Central, there will be a Zoom call. You guys can all get on Telegram, get that. It'll also post to YouTube. It'll all be out there. And I'm sure they'll have some more information. I don't know exactly what they'll be able to say and not say, but just keep that in mind. You're going to pull them out into lawsuits. They are not going to be able to afford it, and they're going to have to close. He's going to have to mine to this is in the coffin, I guess the nail in the coffin. You didn't lose any money, but the average person lost a lot of money. Listen, that could be, right? You could definitely, tie this thing up in court and have it be a ton of money. I don't know, right? I'm hoping not because, like I said, the right thing was being done. Now, whether or not this whole thing about a security was right or wrong, I don't know. Obviously, it's new, it's crypto, it's gray. What did Jason mean when he said the Oklahoma mine was not fertilizer? I don't know, and I don't know about that question. I'll ask Jason later.
Oklahoma City bombing was blown up from the inside. It was not the. If you watch the documentary about Oklahoma City bombing, you'll see very, very distinctly that was just like 9/11. It was probably blown up from the inside out.
Okay, so. I see this as a new badge of honor for Texacoin. Will make it stronger. That's one of the possibilities, right? Which is, wow, man, they really are legit, right? That is one of the possibilities, and obviously, right? Yeah, that's all. That would be awesome, right? That'd be the greatest thing for all of us. I do not know. Please ever. Okay, and Zoom call 6 Central. Zoom call 6 Central. So adjust for wherever you're listening to. This looks like a huge buying opportunity. Could be. Right? This, guys, I'm being as honest as I can be. I don't know. In my heart of hearts, here's what I know. They were trying to do the right thing when it came to Texas. They weren't rug pulling. They didn't, not buy the mining equipment. They were building the mine. They bought more equipment than they sold. Kind of looks like a bad idea right now. We own $7 million more worth of mining equipment than we've actually sold, but that's part of it. Nobody has ever missed a daily deposit. Never. Everyone gets their coins every day.